Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new Tardguard, episode 4. Also, episode 3 will probably be re-uploaded later with the stuff cut out of it, like that got it flagged down in the first place. But anyway, this is episode 4 of Tardguard on a person who I used to be a pretty big fan of, YourMovieSucksDOTorg. Um, and he proves just how much of a piece of shit he really is. So, this is really sad. Let's just begin.
Vegans are pretty much the only people that are actually at liberty to say that having sex with animals is wrong. Everybody else is a fucking hypocrite.
I don't understand how he came to that conclusion that eating an animal and fucking an animal is the same thing. You don't really get much of a benefit out of fucking an animal, but you do get a benefit out of eating an animal, if it makes sense. And no, I'm not going to sit here and make arguments for or against veganism or whatever, but it's like I can understand somebody eating an animal. I can be friends with somebody that eats an animal, but if you violate an animal like that, you fuck it, you ruin it the rest of its life like that. It's disgusting. Animals can't consent, and it's just so immoral to fuck an animal. And I could understand you making the argument against, veganism or for veganism and saying that it's immoral to eat an animal. That's whatever. I don't believe that if you want, but it's like with this, he doesn't come to the conclusion, no, that eating and fucking animals is wrong. He comes to the conclusion that eating and fucking animals are both okay to do. Like listen to this.
And I mean, I don't agree with like veganism really, so
He says, I don't agree with veganism, and vegans are the only ones that have the justification to say it's wrong to fuck animals. So what he's pretty much saying is he likes fucking animals. I don't know if he's into bestiality or not, but he is a furry, and this is an argument that people might want to get into with me later. I don't know. But being a furry, it's like there's a reason you want it to be an animal, you know? Like there's a reason you want it to be an anthropomorphic animal. Like you're not dressing up like Marge Simpson and going out and fucking people that are dressed like the Simpsons, are you? No, it's nothing to do with it being anthropomorphic. It's everything to do with it being an animal, and that's why it's disgusting to me that furries are out there, you know? Like I just think it's gross, you know? Like that's just such a disgusting fetish because it's fetishizing animals. And it's like what the serious fuck? Like, what do animals like? That's just disgusting, and it's just immoral to me at least. Fuck it. Like, don't watch me if you're a furry, please. It's like people that like jerk off to lolly porn and say this isn't kitty porn when it abso-fucking-lutely is. Like, it's the thought of it being a child that turns these people on. And it's also the thought of an animal that turns these people on to fucking furriness, furrydom, whatever.
like most people don't.
And the thing is, I've tried filming this video more than once. And last time I did it, I kept on just repeating myself saying eating an animal and fucking an animal isn't the same thing. I never really explained myself, but it's like I can't believe I had to explain myself, you know? Like the people out there are honestly that fucking dumb, you know?
I depleted you. Murky water. That into it, like you can't say like, oh, sucking a dog's dick is wrong, but like eating an animal isn't. You can't say like, oh, we should chain up baby cows to a pole and restrict them.
No, I don't necessarily agree with, factory farming, shit like that. That's evil. The way we treat animals is awful. But there's a difference between doing that and someone like a hunter going out and shooting a deer and eating the veal. Do they call it veal, venison, whatever it is? Eating the meat. There's a difference there. It's not like fucking an animal. You are just
humans
dumb.
while, just while they get fat, so we can have a really succulently tasting baby cow. You know, part of the farming process is artificial insemination. So by supporting farms and the meat and dairy industry, you're already supporting rape of animals. Like,
Just because just because you eat meat doesn't necessarily mean you support that industry. And yeah, the industry is fucked up. I'm not going to disagree. But there is an obvious difference between getting it yourself and doing it yourself and going to the store, like buying it locally and buying it from like a big industry, if you understand where I'm coming from.
literal rape, artificial insemination, where they jerk off the.
All right, I'm done with that because I'm going on to the next part where he gets really, really bitchy and whiny, and this is really fucked up here.
Hey guys. No, yeah, I mean, in terms of like me and my brother and why I blame him for like feeling shit like all the time. Okay, let me pay attention to these controls. Altitude, WNS. How do I go forward? Yeah, this is cool. I feel like just based on.
He talks about how his brother bullied him and made fun of him when he was a kid. I'm not going to listen to this because he just drones on, and it's not fun at all. He talks about how his brother basically bullied him when he was a kid and how it made him isolated, and he went off and found gratification in cartoons and anthropomorphic animals, and that's why he's a furry, and he blames his brother for it. And he says how, like, he's got it bad being a furry and all that. Motherfucker, you think you have it bad. There are people out there with an actual sexuality. Like, and I know you're gay. Like, I don't understand how you. This is so stupid. A gay person should understand how oppressed gay people are in society. So, to say that you're being oppressed for being a fucking furry? Are you stupid? Like, it's disgusting. You can choose not to be a furry, but you can't choose not to be gay, if that makes sense. And I get it, you're going to say, well, you can't choose your sexuality, like, oh, I have sympathy for pedophiles. You fucking... No, I don't have sympathy for people that want to fuck animals. Get help. If you ever find yourself saying, oh, I want to put my dick in an animal, fucking check yourself into a mental ward or some shit, because that's fucked up. Anyway, one reason I did this was because, well, I think it needed to be talked about. And another reason is because it seems like YMS is doing his best to keep this, like, under wraps. Because both of the original videos that these come from, they were taken down, and when they were re-uploaded, they got unlisted for some reason. My friend Lachlan, on his channel Pinfluid, re-uploaded both videos. I'll put them in the description. Go check them out. Actually, check out that whole channel. It's a good channel, and you can see me make fun of some people there, like Frog Boy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next loser I murder. Not actually murder.